perhaps some of you read my newsletter where I shared about the most precious silence for me and how that started. And I will share a little bit about that right now, because that was that brought a big shift into my life. So growing up, I was always searching for something, because I knew inside, life is not just about being born, living, and then dying. And a lot of people had died around me. So it was really right in my face. And I was always like, what is this about? And I didn't quite understand it. And so I went on a search. I would go to churches and temples and God knows where I went. But it was never satisfying for me. I felt kind of fake. And I joined different church groups, for weekend groups. And every time I was like, no, that's not my thing. And then at some point, I had kind of like a nervous breakdown, because so many people had died around me that I couldn't handle it anymore. So I was, that was in my 20s, my early 20s. And I had a slip disc. So I laid in bed for, I think it was 8 weeks, and a friend took care of me. And there I got a book from Bhagwan, from Rajneesh, from Osho, as they call him now. And that just got it. That got me, especially the word enlightenment. When that came, it's like, oh, wow, that's it. But still, I didn't have that experience, but I knew that's what I was going after. So then I could walk again, and not so long after that, I was studying psychology, and I was bicycling. I was in Amsterdam, where I was living, and it just came to me. I just go to India, and I was like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I want to go to India. I want to go to Bhagwan. So I called my brother, and that was very sweet. I called him and I said, I want to go to India. And he said, what you going to do there? I said, well, I want to visit Bhagwan. And he said, oh, wow, cool. Okay. And he was a pilot. So then he called me back 10 minutes later. Like, you're going to Bhagwan, to Rajneesh? And I said, yeah, actually, that's where I'm going. He said, oh, I want to ticket for you. So he arranged a ticket. Within a week, I had my place rented out. I went to India, and I barely knew where I was going. Actually, while I was sitting in the plane to India, I hadn't really thought about anything, how to get from Bombay to Pune. And so I happened in the plane to sit right in the middle of a whole Indian family. And they asked me where I was going. So I said that. And they explained everywhere where to go, how to do it. And it was really, really sweet. And so I felt so taken care of. So after, I don't know, I slept one night in Bombay, and then I took a bus to Pune. And it was the next day I arrived, and I went to a hotel that I had reserved for just the first week. And then I was going to look for something to rent. And I went immediately to the ashram, but the gate was closed. And so I couldn't get in. But then the guard did open the gate and said, I cannot let you in. And he could see kind of my disappointment and also my tiredness. And he said, you just arrived? I said, yeah, I just arrived from Amsterdam, from Europe. And he said, just come in, don't tell anybody. So I remember going in, and I'm walking into darshan, as it was called. So basically what I want to say is that from that moment on, I knew this was my most precious love affair. I wouldn't call it like that in that moment, but I just knew this is it. This is the most important thing in my life, and it still is. So I really hope today, by coming together and honoring the silence that you are, the most precious thing, that you will really get a deeper taste. You just really can taste it in your mouth, in your skin, in your heart, like everywhere. So there's no separation anymore that you can find. Let's see, here is something. Oh, I was frozen in the most important moment. That's so funny. Okay. So what happened is, so I came through the gate. I walked into Darshan, and the group was quite small then. And I sat down. And the moment I sat down, I just was taken by the sea of silence, the ocean of silence. It was indescribable. And I knew that was what I had been looking for. That was revealed. And I knew in that moment, this is the most important in my life. And it still is.